Libra love, what if I told you that tomorrow, yes, tomorrow two people are aligning with your destiny? And everything is about to change? Welcome to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. This isn't just another horoscope. This is your moment of divine alignment, and I'm here to walk you through it. If you've been feeling uneasy lately, sleepless, restless, like your soul is preparing for something you can't name, you're not imagining it, there's a door opening. And before it unlocks completely, the universe sends a whisper. This video? It's that whisper. You didn't land here by mistake. I don't believe in accidents, only cosmic timing. And right now, Libra, the calendar, the stars, and your soul are all pointing to December 5th, something's moving. Someone is coming. In fact, two people are. One holds a truth you need. The other brings a key to something greater. This is more than astrology. This is divine orchestration. Before we dive deeper, I want to thank you truly for your presence, your spirit, and your energy. Every like, every comment, every time you subscribe, it brings you closer to this soul family we've built at Zodiac Whisper Tarot. It's not just support, it's sacred co-creation. You're not just watching, you're part of this movement. And because of your energy, we are able to bring forward these transformational messages that can change lives, including yours. Now, Libra, I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to pause and really feel it. What led you here today? Was it a dream you couldn't shake? A number you kept seeing? A sense that something is about to happen but you don't know what? Whatever it was, trust that you're in the right place. Right now. Listening to the right voice. At the exact moment you were meant to. And I want you to honor that by grounding this message in the physical realm. Go to the comments and type, I am ready to receive what is mine. I trust divine timing. Say it aloud, too, if you can. Because when you name it, you claim it. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share something powerful, something your soul has been quietly preparing for. It's not just a prediction. It's a recognition of your journey. Your strength. Your readiness. One of these two people coming into your field carries a truth, something unspoken that needs to be heard. The other brings opportunity, perhaps financial, professional, or even a new place to call home. Their arrival is no coincidence. It's cosmic strategy. And your only task? Be present. Be open. Be ready. You're about to be seen, heard, and called into something higher. So stay with me, Libra. Stay until the very end of this reading, because what the universe is about to reveal is sacred. And you won't want to miss the moment your future opens before you like a sunrise. Let's begin. There's something unmistakable in the air when the moon moves through Sagittarius. It's not just about optimism or expansion, it's a sacred push from the universe inviting you, dear Libra, to lift your gaze from the ground and finally see the vast horizon that has always been waiting for you. The energy on December 5th isn't random. It's not a flicker or a passing mood. It is a celestial event designed specifically to awaken something ancient and purposeful within you. And if you've been feeling restless lately, like you're outgrowing your own skin or no longer fitting into the life you once accepted, that's not confusion. That's alignment. You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. As the moon dances through Sagittarius, your spirit is being expanded, challenged, stretched. And at the same time, Mercury, god of messages, clarity, communication, forms a harmonious trine with this lunar energy from within your very own sign. That's not just poetic. It's precise. It means you, Libra, are the anchor point for a very important conversation between heaven and earth. Your thoughts, your inner voice, and the whispers you've tried to ignore are not just noise. They are divine instruction. You are being spoken to clearly, directly, intimately. This moment in time, this exact alignment, creates what we call a gateway of truth and opportunity. One energy opens your heart to deep honesty, especially with yourself. The other presents you with a path forward that you may not have seen before. The beautiful part? You don't have to chase it. The message comes to you. Maybe as a conversation that lingers. A phone call from someone unexpected. A moment of silence that suddenly feels like revelation. These signs are not meant to be decoded with logic. They are meant to be received with faith. And speaking of faith, there's a passage I've always carried in my heart, one that resonates so deeply with this moment in your journey. To everything, there is a season. A time for every purpose under heaven. That truth, whispered in Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, isn't just biblical poetry, it's divine timing etched into the stars above your head. What's arriving for you now has been prepared long before your conscious mind could catch up. And while you may feel the urge to overanalyze, to make sense of every emotion and every sign, I invite you to pause. And instead, let your heart interpret what your mind cannot grasp. You see, when heaven speaks, it rarely yells. It doesn't force its way in. It arrives in the pause, in the stillness, in the gentle opening of the soul. That's why right now, your greatest strength is stillness, your greatest compass is intuition, and your greatest power is trust. Trust in your ability to sense what's real. Trust in the synchronicities. Trust in the divine calendar that is no longer postponing your breakthrough. You were made for this moment, Libra. Your chart shows it. Your energy confirms it. And your recent discomfort only validates that you're standing at the doorway of something you cannot return from. A new season is about to begin, but before it does, there's something sacred you must do: listen. Pay attention to what feels like it's asking to be heard. Write down what you've been dreaming. Speak aloud what you've been too afraid to say. Your voice has always been magic. But now, it is the very key to unlocking your next chapter. You don't need more evidence. You need more surrender. This cosmic alignment isn't about chasing success or manifesting through pressure. It's about realizing that what's meant for you doesn't require you to force it, it only asks you to open the door when it knocks. And for many of you, that knock will come through another person. A conversation. A message. A choice. It will feel small at first, but inside it will echo like thunder. Trust that. And if you felt too busy to hear it, if life has been rushing like a storm, this is your invitation to pause. To reconnect with your divine rhythm. Even in the rush of modern living, grace can still find you. Miracles still happen for people who've almost given up. And breakthroughs still arrive, especially when you've forgotten how to ask. So let me gently remind you, you are not too late. You are right on time. If your heart is whispering something right now, don't ignore it. Write it down. Or leave it in the comments as your way of anchoring this moment. I receive the message. I trust divine timing. Because Libra, the moment has arrived. And the stars are no longer whispering. They're speaking directly to you. All you have to do is say yes. Sometimes, Libra, the biggest shifts in our life don't come through massive events but through people. And more often than not, it's the people we least expect, or the ones we thought were long gone, who become messengers for change. As you sit with the powerful energy portal of December 5th still humming in your field, there's something crucial I need you to understand. There are two people moving toward you, each carrying something that will redirect your path not because you asked, but because you're finally ready to receive. The first is a man. Not necessarily someone romantic. He may have once held a piece of your heart, or perhaps he never touched it at all but still played a silent role in shaping your path. His arrival is not about reigniting a past flame. It's about bringing closure, clarity, and truth that had no voice until now. This is the kind of man who holds knowledge or words that once were withheld. A figure of authority, perhaps. Someone connected to justice, or family, or power dynamics in your past. He comes with intention not to win you back, but to give back what was never his to keep. This meeting, Libra, may stir something deep in your core. It may feel like a doorway you closed has suddenly been cracked open again. But don't be afraid. This isn't a return to pain. It's a return of power. When he speaks, listen not just with your ears but with the part of your heart that always longed to know why something ended the way it did. The message he brings is sacred because it allows your soul to untie a knot you've carried silently. The Two of Cups in your tarot isn't just about love. It's about soul recognition. This connection may have been spiritual before it was personal. And now, it's being brought full circle. Accept what comes, and then release what's been keeping you tied to a story that no longer defines you. Then there is the woman. Her energy will feel different. Softer. Calmer. But don't mistake that gentleness for insignificance. She may appear like a stranger at first, a new face, a quiet force, but she holds something in her hands that will change your reality in ways you can't fully predict yet. A contract, an offer, an introduction, a location shift. Her message may arrive as an email, a phone call, or simply a sense of trust you feel around her instantly. This is the Ace of Pentacles in motion, a grounded gift that brings opportunity with real-world impact. The beauty of her presence is that it feels like timing. Divine timing. You may question it. You may want to delay. But I'm here to tell you, don't. The universe rarely delivers such alignment twice. When this person shows up, act. Say yes to the meeting. Read the email twice. Accept the invitation. Even if you feel nervous, even if your mind says, not yet, your soul already knows it's time. And if you're wondering, what if I miss it? You won't, as long as you stay aware. Be present with your days. Don't scroll past signs. Don't silence the urge to check your inbox one more time. You are not waiting anymore, Libra. You are being called. These two people are not coincidences. They are pivots. And when you meet them, your life quietly but unmistakably will shift course. Don't hesitate. Don't retreat. This is your moment to move forward, fully. Let it begin. There's a quiet moment between endings and beginnings, a space where things feel both heavy and strangely hollow. And Libra, you've been standing in that space for longer than you realize. The recent exhaustion, the strange dreams, the waking up at 3 a.m. without reason, the odd weight on your shoulders that no massage or sleep can fix, none of that is random. These aren't signs of something wrong with you. They are signs that something old is falling away. The life you once fit into no longer holds the shape of who you're becoming. You are outgrowing a version of yourself you once fought hard to survive in. And now, the shell is cracking. The skin is shedding. The old cycle is collapsing, not to punish you but to set you free. When we look at the number 5 in numerology, which mirrors the energy of this December 5th moment, it represents shift, release, and divine redirection. It shakes loose what's no longer aligned. It disrupts what's become stagnant. It invites a new path, even if it looks like chaos at first. And when you add 5 plus 1 plus 2 this very date, you get 8, a number tied to karmic correction, energetic balance, and the return of what's rightfully yours. That's not just math, Libra. That's a cosmic pattern unfolding in perfect timing. This is your invitation to restructure your life with intention instead of fear. It's no coincidence that as this energy rises, you've begun to feel disoriented. Like your reflection is changing faster than your mirror can keep up. People you used to resonate with now feel distant. Priorities have shifted. Silence has become more sacred than noise. Even the clothes you wear, the way you spend your time, the dreams you hold, none of it feels as familiar anymore. That's because you're no longer who you were, and you're not supposed to be. If you've been asking for transformation, for growth, for a better future, you must know that transformation doesn't come in a package tied with a bow. It comes in disruption. In shedding. In uncomfortable letting go. Sometimes it shows up as fatigue because your soul is downloading more light than your body is used to holding. Sometimes it feels like anxiety when old timelines are trying to pull you back just as you begin to slip free. But make no mistake, this moment is sacred. And it requires your full awareness. This is a turning point. Not a small detour. Not a temporary phase. This is the season where the structures of your inner and outer world are being rebuilt. What you allow to remain now must be chosen intentionally. And what you release must be released without guilt. The relationships, the roles, the habits that kept you safe before may now be the very things keeping you stuck. Let go gently, with gratitude, but let go. There's a line from a story I once heard, about a woman who felt like everything in her life was breaking apart. She prayed for guidance but heard no reply. Only silence. It wasn't until later she realized God was not ignoring her. He was rearranging the pieces. Sometimes the silence isn't absence. It's construction. A sacred reset. And that's what's happening in your world right now. You're not broken, Libra. You're being rebuilt. So if you feel like hiding it, if you feel like clinging to the old pause, the pain of staying in the shell is greater now than the fear of stepping out. Walk slowly if you need to, but walk forward. Because what's behind you no longer fits and what's ahead is calling your name. And if your heart needs an anchor, speak this quietly within yourself, or write it below as your sacred affirmation. I release what no longer holds me. I welcome what was always meant for me. Because the moment you say it, the universe rearranges itself to meet your clarity. And the shell finally breaks. Not to wound you, but to free you. There's a kind of quiet power that rises when you finally understand. You weren't just born into your family, you were born for your family. Not to repeat what they endured, but to release it. Libra, everything you've been carrying that feels too heavy to be yours, likely isn't. The fears you can't explain, the blocks you keep hitting in love, in money, in expression theory, echoes from generations that came before you. Echoes you've been chosen to interrupt. This is not a burden, it's a sacred appointment. You are the first light in a line of silenced women, the first voice where silence lived for too long, the first one who dares to say, "This pain stops with me." You see, spiritual inheritance isn't always material. Sometimes it's invisible patterns, beliefs, trauma, shame passed down like heirlooms wrapped in silence. The women who came before you, your grandmothers, great-aunts, ancestors unnamed, they survived what they could, in the ways they knew. They stayed when they wanted to leave. They bit their tongues when their truth burned. They gave up their dreams for stability, for survival, for roles they were expected to fill. And while they did not have the tools or permission to heal, you do. And that alone makes you the miracle they prayed for but never saw. As someone who's guided thousands through ancestral and energetic healing, I've seen something again and again. When one person says yes to transformation, the healing doesn't just ripple forward, it moves backward too. It loosens the knots in the DNA. It brings peace to the spirit still tangled in regret. It changes the spiritual ecosystem of an entire family. You are not only healing for yourself. You are rewriting the emotional history of those who lived in shadows before you. And if you felt resistance recently, tension in the body, unexplained anxiety, a strange grief that's not tied to any event, pause and listen. That is ancestral memory surfacing. It's not trying to scare you. It's trying to be seen. In my years of energy healing, I've witnessed the most breathtaking shifts happen when someone simply acknowledged their lineage. Sometimes it takes just a whisper of gratitude. Sometimes it's lighting a candle and saying their names out loud. Sometimes, healing is as subtle as saying, "I forgive what they could not fix." You don't need to know their full story to change the ending. The number 8, as we mentioned earlier, governs karmic cycles. But it also speaks to restoration of divine balance, of spiritual justice. And when 8 shows up after 5, change, it tells us that your transformation isn't random. It's restorative. Your soul made a covenant long before you arrived, to be the one who breaks patterns with compassion and replaces them with freedom. So if you've ever wondered, why me, this is why. Because you were born strong enough to do what others couldn't. And kind enough not to judge them for it. I want to tell you something else that may quiet the storm in your chest. You don't have to do this alone. Ancestral healing doesn't require ceremonies or perfection. It requires presence, faith, willingness. And in that quiet willingness, miracles unfold. I've seen people who carried scarcity for decades suddenly open to abundance after speaking one truth their mother never could. I've watched generational tension melt after someone chose to love differently than they were taught. These are the miracles that don't make headlines, but they shift entire bloodlines. So if you feel the urge to move differently, to speak your truth, to rest instead of overfunction, to set boundaries that weren't allowed before, follow it. That is the whisper of your ancestors, moving through you like a breeze clearing the dust from a long-sealed window. And now, dear Libra, take a breath and ask yourself this. What might my ancestors be asking me to hear right now? If you feel safe, share that reflection in the comments below. Your words matter more than you know. Because when one person listens, the whole bloodline exhales. Let your life be the prayer they never got to speak. Something shifts once you realize you're no longer waiting for life to happen, you're reshaping it, choosing it, co-creating it. Libra, by now you've felt the shedding, the closure, the emotional unraveling of what once held you. You've honored the past, recognized the karmic threads, and now, the path forward opens not as a vague hope, but as a clear invitation to live with intention. This next chapter isn't about reacting to circumstances. It's about stepping into your design, your vision, your authority. Let's start with your relationship with money, not as a topic of survival, but of sacred flow. For too long, you may have felt at odds with finances. Maybe you inherited beliefs like, money is hard to earn, or, I'm not good with it. But the truth is, money is energy. And energy responds to gratitude, clarity, and worthiness. Every time you say, thank you, for the small amounts that arrive, you magnetize more. Every time you shift your narrative from lack to trust, when you affirm, I am ready for abundance, I handle it well, you change your energetic frequency. This is how the law of attraction works, not by wishing blindly, but by vibrating in alignment with the version of yourself who already receives with ease. Keep a journal of blessings, visualize your bank account growing with joy, not fear. This isn't fantasy, it's frequency work. And it's incredibly real. Now feel into your living space. Your physical environment mirrors your internal one. Has your current home started to feel energetically too small for you? Like your energy has outgrown the walls, like your spirit is bumping into the ceiling? That's not your imagination. The container is changing because you are. A new space, a sanctuary is calling you. One that holds your expansion. One where the air feels softer, where your nervous system relaxes as soon as you walk through the door. You don't need to know the address yet. Start by imagining it. Draw it, describe it, breathe into it. Clarity in vision accelerates manifestation. Spiritually speaking, homes aren't just shelters. They are energetic portals. And your soul is ready to walk through a new one. As for love, Libra, this next season is not about being rescued. It's about being recognized. The man you may soon cross paths with is not coming to fix you or complete you. You are already whole. He arrives simply as a witness to reflect back the growth you've done in solitude, to honor the boundaries you've built, the self-love you've reclaimed. Relationships formed in this energy are different. They don't demand. They support. They don't confuse. They clarify. When you no longer love from emptiness, you no longer attract pain dressed as romance. And this time, love will feel like truth, not like tension. But the most important transformation of all is this, you. This is where it all begins and ends. You are no longer the person who waits for someone to choose you. You are the one who chooses. You don't beg the universe anymore. You partner with it. You don't shrink yourself to be understood, you expand to be aligned. You are not a victim of your story. You are the author of what comes next. That means you get to set the tone. You get to change the plot. You get to close chapters with grace and open new ones with power. So say it with me now, not as a hopeful wish, but as a firm decree. I am no longer waiting. I am choosing. I am stepping into what I was always meant to hold. This is how we create a new reality. One act of clarity at a time. One choice of self-respect over self-sacrifice. One quiet decision to no longer live from fear, but from trust. And if you ever forget how powerful that is, just look at your reflection, not in a mirror, but in your life. It's all about to reflect the most empowered version of you yet. So Libra, if you've listened this far, you already know this wasn't just another horoscope. This was a moment of sacred alignment. You didn't find this message by accident. Your soul pulled it in. Tomorrow, December 5, is a cosmic ignition point, and whether you feel ready or not, something is already moving on your behalf. The air around you might feel different. A little more charged. A little more still. That's because the universe is whispering through every shift, every pause, every person you encounter in the next 48 hours. Pay attention. That stranger who holds your gaze too long, that unexpected message from someone you thought was gone, that odd dream you can't forget, they're all part of a divine pattern forming in real time. Trust what gives you chills. Trust what stirs something unnamed in your chest. When your spirit leans forward, even if your mind is unsure, that is not anxiety, Libra, that is recognition. That is God's voice beneath the noise of the world, nudging you toward the life that's always been waiting. So please, don't ignore what makes you shiver. Don't shrink back from the feeling that something is about to change. That's your intuition at full volume, and it is not wrong. Let me ask you something. If you woke up tomorrow with no fear, none at all, who would you be? What would you do? What would change instantly just because you finally believe that you are the one you've been waiting for? And here's the beautiful truth, Libra, you don't have to wait for the fear to leave. You can choose courage anyway. You can act from your future self now. You can live as if everything you've asked for is already on its way, because it is. But it needs your permission. It needs your yes. It needs you to stand at the threshold and say, I'm not afraid to receive anymore. And now I want to invite you to participate in something simple but powerful. In the comments below, declare your connection. Write the words, I'm ready to receive. I open the door to my destiny. Let your voice be the spark that ignites this transformation. You're not just typing words. You're anchoring energy. You're aligning with truth. And when you do that, the universe listens. If you feel called, take a small piece of paper after this video. Write down 3 things you are ready to receive without guilt, without apology. Then, place that note somewhere it can be kissed by the morning sun. That simple ritual is a contract between your soul and the universe. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are saying yes. And as we close this sacred space for now, let me speak one last truth into your heart, Libra. The light in you is growing. You are glowing in places that once only knew shadows. You are being remembered by destiny. And soon, the world will see what I already feel. You are a force of truth, a bringer of balance, a mirror of beauty that comes from within. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. And the most beautiful part? The good you've been waiting for, it's already walking toward you, step by step. Let it find you shining. Let it find you brave. Let it find you wide open to joy. Thank you for being here today, Libra. Thank you for your presence, your openness, your trust. Every like, every comment, every subscription brings this community closer together and helps us grow this sacred space we're creating here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot. You are part of something bigger than you think, and your presence here is proof that miracles don't just happen. They arrive right on time. Now, stay close to your heart, stay open to the signs, and whatever you do, don't walk away from this threshold. Step through it. Because you, Libra, are not here to repeat cycles. You're here to rewrite them. And it all begins tomorrow.